Yep, Charlamagne the guy.
Andrew Schulz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots podcast, back for another week of brilliant idiotness. Listen, this episode is all about asking idiots, man. You know, Andrew is in Australia.
Technically.
Shooting Street Fighter. You saw last week he was getting the extensions put in his hair.
We're looking luscious right now, man.
Yeah, so we just wanted to, put some things in the can for y'all. And, y'all send so much asking idiots that we don't never get through in an episode. So why not devote a whole episode to asking idiots? Y'all seemed to enjoy that last week when we did it. So let's do it now.
This week's episode is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Have you ever been to a water park and when you finally get to the top of the baddest water slide, you look down and have that final thought, what's the worst that can happen? Well, a Morgan & Morgan client found out. He was launched into agony after a water slide at Disney's Blizzard Beach left him with a catastrophic injury that he's still dealing with nearly 4 years later. Mr. Strickland hired Morgan & Morgan to represent him in his lawsuit against Disney for damages, citing what they call lax safety measures and oversight. According to the lawsuit, while on the downhill double dipper, Strickland briefly went airborne and landed forcefully onto the hard plastic surface after his tube slipped out from underneath him. The result, permanent injuries, ongoing pain, scarring, and what he describes as a loss of enjoyment of life. At the time, Strickland weighed approximately 334 pounds, about 34 pounds over the slide's 300-pound weight limit. The lawsuit alleges Disney either failed to warn him properly or failed to make the ride safe, and argues that the design itself created a dangerous condition. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury firm with over $25 billion recovered. They've been fighting for the people for over 35 years, helping over 500,000 clients get the compensation they deserve. Hiring the wrong firm can be disastrous. Hiring the right firm could substantially increase your settlement. With Morgan & Morgan, it's easy to get started, and their fee is free unless they win. Just visit forthepeople.com/idiots or dial #law. That's #529. That's forthepeople.com/idiots or dial #law. That's #529. And this is a paid advertisement. Now let's start the show.
XOCINYB says, as girl dads, what's the best advice you could give Taylor about raising a son? What kind of, that doesn't make no sense.
Is that? What would we know?
Exactly.
What would we know?
We're girl dads. What advice would we have? I can't give Taylor no advice on raising a son. I don't have one. I've never raised one. I thought she was about to ask what advice could you give Taylor about just raising a child?
Yeah, but you want us to tell her how to raise a son.
I give her the same advice I give everybody, man. Just love your child, man. What you're already going to do naturally. Just love your child. Give your child grace. Understand that they're just children. And that's it. I think that's actually the biggest problem we do with kids. We approach kids from an adult perspective, not remembering they're wild young and haven't lived the life we've lived, don't have the information we have, don't have the education we have. Like, sometimes you ever looked at the three of them like, what's wrong with you? You don't know no better?
And she's like, no.
I don't actually.
I just got here.
You know what I'm saying?
Can I have some grace, please?
Exactly.
I think you could tell as a girl dad, if for someone raising a son, just try to teach your son to look at these girls or young women as people first, right? Because we all know how it was as guys. You see a girl, she looks like this, she looks like that. They're people. And you're acutely aware of that when you're a
girl dad. That's
right.
100%.
You're like, there's a lot going on here outside of,
like, for example,
appearance.
You see a group of girls, right? They're playing basketball or whatever like that. Don't throw a dildo.
Don't do that.
Unless it's funny. And this is, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's the WNBA game. If it's just a regular pickup game, don't bother them.
Wrong.
That's corny.
But if it's a
televised WNBA game, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. But you have to be willing, son, to know you're not getting the credit for it, because getting the credit for it is going to get you in trouble. But if you're just wanting to make the world laugh anonymously, let the dildo fly on the WNBA court. You're right, Chris. That was great advice. Great advice, Chris.
You're a good girl dad, man. You would be a good boy dad, too.
By the way, this podcast has matured a lot.
We have.
Because back in the day, Chris would have said something like that and somebody would have just screamed out, gay!
That is true.
Okay?
We would have said that to you.
I thought it.
Yeah.
But I agree with you as well.
Yeah, you guys are in the same boat, whether you say it or not.
I am, man. The boat I'm in, I don't even know if it's a boat. It's just a big yacht with a bunch of...
My boat's taking on water. It's got holes.
No, it don't. Your boat does not have no holes in it, Chris. Cut it out. Why do you say it has holes in it?
Yeah.
And raising 2 teenage girls is a lot.
It is, but
leave
it's
it at
not.
that.
But
I'll
it's not
leave it at
holes
that.
in the boat. You're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Sailing, I'm paddling, I'm doing all that shit.
For you
And it's
underwater.
great. It's great. But I've gone through some things where
You got one going to college, bro.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Have you talked to your daughter about those things? Is it uncomfortable for you to talk about your daughter?
I would say the one biggest difference between me and my parents' relationship and my relationship with my daughters is everything, as far as I can tell, is 100% out in the open, discussed.
Even like boy stuff?
Sex, drugs, rock and roll, everything.
What about birth control?
Absolutely.
And when is that conversation? When do you have that conversation that like you should be on birth control?
I mean, I don't want to put my daughter's business out
Obviously,
there,
of
but
course.
like
Hypothetically.
a kid in New York City,
That's what I'm saying. Like there are
start
kids,
having it early,
right?
is what I would say.
Yo, take that shit to your mom. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
Yeah, I know Charlotte don't want to have
I don't
any of
wanna hear
those
none of that shit. I don't
conversations.
wanna hear
Hey,
this
man.
fucking conversation. Take that
Did
shit
I
to
say
your
New
mom.
York City? I meant the suburbs of New Jersey too, man.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
those
I don't
girls were
hear that
coming into
shit.
the city too.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit. I'm with you though, Chris. I think the illest thing that I've learned how to do as a father, and I just did this in recent, months actually, is this, bro, you just gotta let go.
Yeah.
You just gotta let go. You're just gonna stress yourself out. You're just gonna cause your cortisol levels to go through the roof. You gotta let these kids, live the same life that you did. My mom said some ill shit to me one time, man. It was a while ago. She don't even remember. She don't even know that I remember this. But we were home in South Carolina. This was a while ago, and I don't even remember which one of my children it was. But they were like going with my mom and someplace. My mom and my sister somewhere. I'm like, yo, where y'all going? I mean, I'm stressed. I'm like, where y'all going? Who's gonna be over there? Blah blah blah. My mom was like, relax. She gonna be with the same people that you was with when you was a kid.
And you're like,
But in her mind, she's talking about her, my older sister. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like,
we don't want that.
no, that's not what I want. But I get what she was saying overall. Overall, she was saying like they're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just what you gotta do. You just gotta realize that there's nothing you can control out here. That you gotta really remember that serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity, accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There is nothing we can do except love our kids, be there for them when we need us, give them advice when they ask for it, and let the chips fall where they may.
Oof. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Terrifying.
I know. But what else we gonna do? Kiwando 36. Oh, y'all got a lot of the marriage father questions. How do you create space for yourself while being a present father and husband?
Pick up a sport, man, that you can say is exercise, so your wife can't really be upset that you're doing it all the time.
Kiwando 36. I hate to tell you, man. There is no space. I don't give a fuck. You don't create space. When you're a father and a husband, all your spaces will be invaded.
It's
okay. There's no such thing. As soon as you go and think you got a peaceful spot, somebody's coming.
Yeah.
All right. There's no such thing. Vacations isn't.
No.
No. That gets all about kids. The moment you become a father, the moment you become a husband, it is all about your family.
Yeah.
Now you can find ways to give your wife space, but even that only lasts but for so long, and she can go off and do her thing for a quick second. We don't really get that because even as men, when we think we're doing something for ourselves, we're not. We're constantly sitting around thinking, okay, what's the next play I need to make sure that my family's good forever?
Constantly.
Like, oh my God, let me make sure I'm working out or, keeping my health up so I'm here for my kids. Let me make sure I'm going to therapy so I am, emotionally and mentally where I need to be for my family. Like, there's no such thing as creating space for yourself when you become a father and husband. If there is, please, somebody tell me. Is there, Chris?
Nah.
No, I mean, I think, I guess people have man caves.
But they coming. They're coming downstairs.
Yeah. No, you got to do it outside the house. Like
you got to do it. I mean, look,
Yeah.
I went to LA the last couple of days.
But you went for work.
Well, but maybe I could have knocked on. But maybe I was also like, it wouldn't be bad just to get out for a couple of days and do some work.
No, like there is a version of this, like it's important for both parents, which is like you got to put your oxygen mask on first or whatever that's saying.
And then
it's
you
like,
take care of the kid.
You got to, if you have no battery, you're going to be a worse parent. You're going to be a worse partner. So you have to at least fill yourself up a little bit. Keep in mind, you're going to have no time to do anything.
Right.
But in the little time that you do have, you got to find a way to fill that cup up quickly. So if that means like going on date nights, like my wife and I have a date night, we try to make sure we're religious about that shit.
That's smart.
And half of the time we're just planning stuff for our kid anyway.
Over dinner.
It's, you know what I mean? It's just logistics. You're just constantly doing logistics, but at least you get a little time to fill each other's cup up. And then I'll be honest, like working out, like for me, it's playing paddle. For other people, it might be hitting the gym, it's hooping or whatever, but just having that thing that is your time that you can be stress-free during, I think is massive.
And don't beat yourself up over it.
Nah.
That's hard to
For
not.
me, it's radio.
If you're a truly present parent. If you're bullshitting, then beat yourself up over it. But if you're truly present...
It's hard to not feel guilty even if you're truly present, you know?
I'm not going to lie, to podcasting is part of that space.
Oh, of course.
This the man cave, bro. It just so happens we record this shit and give it to millions of people to listen to. But I
100%.
loved to come in here and just kick it for a couple of hours,
It's
bro.
amazing.
You know what I'm saying?
Amazing.
Like, just to get this shit off, this shit feel good, bro.
The best.
You know?
We're lucky we get to do this shit for a living, bro.
So yeah, start a podcast, Kiwando 36.
Yeah. Make sure you can make money at your hobbies, and then your wife kind of has to support it.
Right.
Like, that's the key.
Speaking of that, Ajarad 38 says, what advice would you give to people who are trying to get after it, but they don't feel traction? Stop us, bro. You need something with a little more grip.
Yeah.
You try to get after it and, you know, you don't feel no traction.
Yeah.
That vagina too big. Like, find something that's got a little bit more tighter grip, man. You know what I mean?
I agree. I think that's like a nun.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what you need, bro. Like, that's the problem. I don't know who you sleeping with, Ajarad 38, but bro.
Yeah, or maybe butt.
If you don't feel no traction,
yeah, try butt.
Word. Whatever city you in, the butts might be tighter than the vaginas.
That's a fact.
Unless it's Atlanta. Other than that,
yeah,
pretty much any place you go, you know, the butts are tighter. That's what I would tell you, Ajarad 38.
It's a tricky time now for people, though, in terms of getting traction in their career because...
that's what he's talking about?
Yeah, I think maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, but like, sorry for Gerard, us trying to make it more interesting. But it's like, there's not the typical steps there used to be. It's really, you got to be a self-starter. Like, if you're not the type of person that's willing to like figure it out and work yourself to figure it out, you almost got no chance now. Like back in the day, you could like be part of a system and then get picked up by a network. Like me and Charlotte did these MTV shows, and then there was Comedy Central and then HBO, and you get reuse of the different shows and other opportunities. But now you really got to build it yourself, and then maybe you'll get an opportunity to do like a movie, and even the movie business is downsizing. Like the way you get traction is you relentlessly build it yourself. And you got to use probably short form media in the beginning to build it.
I was watching, a podcast I enjoy watching, Bag Fuel, salute to SO and Heineken. This should have been on that Complex list, by the way. But I was watching Bag Fuel and Mouse Jones was on there. My guy Mouse.
Shout out Mouse.
Salute to nephew Mouse. You know, that's family right there. I meant to call Mouse about this, but I saw them having a conversation about... radio, New York City radio. And, you've heard Mouse say this a million times. Mouse was like, yo, these people got to get out the way. These people are old. They've been there forever. They in the way, blah, blah, blah.
The younger generation, which would be you, I don't necessarily agree with everything that y'all say in your outlook.
Agree.
So what is your outlook?
So we can have it on two debates, on two sides. There is a part that is specifically the media personalities and my peers that's of my generation, of my class. So that would be the Scotty Beams, the Jameer Ponds, the Domity Pongos. So many. If I'm forgetting anybody's name, y'all know I really love y'all. I don't hate you, but it's a lot of us from that elk where it's like Mia Bell, who's on New York City. Like there's a lot of Nyla Simone. There's a lot of people that should probably be in different positions, or probably be a little further ahead, but we competing against people that's been working since the day you turned the radio on.
And what's wrong
in any
with
other job, any other place you would, yo, bro, y'all been telling LeBron to retire for 3 seasons.
I've been telling rappers to retire, but they don't.
But why? So why you don't have the same energy? I think the radio personality got a way more.
You don't watch us. We was just on Ball Alert, and Ball Alert asked us like, why is all the New York niggas still there? Why are they all still in the same place?
I'm saying
they switch, and I told them, I said, the reason why New York people don't switch in this business, because the business is money.
And it just made me think none of that rhetoric works anymore. None of that in the way rhetoric works anymore.
Yeah.
And the reason it doesn't work is because there's too many other outlets and avenues for you to get hot, build your brand up, build your voice out there. I mean, there's literally, I'm not even exaggerating, there's at least 100 podcasters that are hotter than radio personalities, right?
Yeah.
So what did they do? All they did was start their podcast wherever they were and grew an audience, right? Same thing with the YouTubers and the streamers. Like, there's nobody in the way. Like, if you're sitting around and you're like, okay, that person's in the way, you not moving the way you should be moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you could easily build something that is bigger and better than what this person that's in the way is saying. And even when you're talking about the people that's in the way, them people ain't even relevant no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, to Andrew's point, there used to be a system, right? If you did this, then you graduated to the next level. If you did that, you graduated to the next level.
That's right.
And there was comfort and security in that. The downside of that is there were gatekeepers, and it was real. You had to be able to get into this institution or know this person. That is gone,
Completely.
right? Like, think about it. This room right now, we would technically be the gatekeepers, right? I personally, I can't control a gate.
Yeah.
There's no gate.
Even if I wanted to.
There's no
I don't
gates.
think it's in any of our personalities to try to do that. But even if you wanted to, you couldn't do it.
No,
Yeah,
you're
by the way,
right.
Andrew, you've done it both ways. When the industry was fronting on you with comedy, what'd you do? All right, I'm gonna hit this stage and I'm gonna take these stand-up clips and I'm gonna put them online.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna build my career from that. Now, I don't know if you thought that it would turn into you sitting up here getting a weave in your head and be in Street Fighter. But even that is hilarious, right? Because I remember not just the it started with you not getting roles.
Yes.
In Hollywood. And so you said, like, you know what? I'm just going to stick to my bread and butter, which is this stand-up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take this stand-up, start presenting to people on YouTube. Yeah. You take off, now they come knocking at your door.
Of course.
It's the same thing. You think every fucking media, from TV to radio to whoever, hasn't reached out to Kai Cenat to do something?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? You think that, when it comes to these podcasters, like, you think that all of these different platforms haven't reached out to them to do something? Like, when you build up your own audience and build up your own platform, these people that you were chasing or you thought was in the way, they come after you.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing, especially in media, as somebody being in the way.
Yeah, there's no more in the way.
No.
But you're the only, there's no more in the way. But at the same time, I do empathize with a lot of people who are like, it feels like a crapshoot. They're like, I just got to hope I get viral on TikTok. Like, YouTube isn't what it used to be, in that YouTube is now like old media, in that you need a real following. Like, YouTube views used to be easy to get. Now it's hard. You can't just throw your podcast up on YouTube and then it gets views. You could throw a clip up on TikTok and it might go viral and get 50 million people watch it, but that's pure luck. But TikTok is that like discovery app. And then Instagram is like you actually have a following and then you can build a community. And then YouTube is like when you're established, that's where you put your show.
Yeah. And I wonder how much people, how much success would you think you have if you weren't comparing yourself to other people's success? Because that's another thing too, right? Because, you can say somebody's in the way, but if you're actually having some form of success somewhere else, if you just compare it to where you were a year ago or where you were 2 years ago, as opposed to comparing it to this person's whole career, maybe you would just be more satisfied.
There it is.
And happy with, where you are. And these aren't any shots at Mouse. Mouse my guy, 100%. I'm just talking about
and
the
Mouse has done what we're describing. Mouse has built a lot of stuff up from the ground.
Yeah, he's a self-starter. I'm not worried about Mouse.
That's what was interesting. I'm like, and I meant to call him about this, but that's why I didn't understand the in the way conversation.
I also think there's a tricky thing with like older models of media. Like, for example, radio. I don't know if there's going to be a new 20-year-old radio host anymore. Matter of fact, I think like radio relies on the legacy talent because the audience that is still listening to radio has probably listened to them for 10 years.
It could be, but the problem is, the problem with a lot of, I wouldn't do this, but the problem with a lot of these older radio programmers. They have a way of wanting to do things. So they're going to go look at this 20-year-old kid who got this audience, bring him on the radio, and try to make him a radio personality instead of leaning into what this guy does. You know what I mean? Let this person do what it is that they do. You shut the fuck up and get out the way, because if you knew what you was doing, then you would have created this motherfucker. Okay? You didn't. By the way, they don't even do a good job of that when it comes to radio personalities. Nobody predicts a Howard Stern. Nobody predicts a Charlamagne. Nobody predicts a Bobby Bones. You don't predict the Elvis Duran. It's just you put certain people on the radio. And by the way, this ain't even just for radio. This is for any field. You don't know what's gonna make a person take off. You don't know who's gonna become who. So that's the other thing you should think about too. You can't say somebody's in the way, because when you got a person, and I'm Taxstone is coming to mind, right? When you have somebody, remember Taxstone 10 years ago? We heard him, thought he sounded great, gave him an opportunity, he took off.
See you later,
You can't predict who people fuck with. You can't predict that somebody would be fucking with Gillie and Wallow for the past almost, 8-9 years. Same thing with Drink Champs. Who would have thought Nori Drink Champs for over the last decade would be one of the premier media platforms? The Kai Sinets of the world, the iShow speech. When people fuck with you, they fuck with you. You can't predict why people fuck with certain individuals.
Just don't get bitter. Just don't get bitter. That's what I would say. It's like, you never know what's going to happen to you. Like, you work every day of your life to be an overnight sensation. And I think it's very easy, like Charlamagne was saying, when, you're comparing yourself constantly. Comparison's a thief of joy, or whatever that saying is. So it's easy to get bitter and just be angry at the success of other people, rooting for their downfall, criticizing them, etc. It's like, they're not in your way. They're not keeping you from doing what you need to do.
And that position can't make you.
Exactly.
You could take a person, you could have took somebody and put them in, that Breakfast Club seat 15 years ago. They're not going to be me because they're not me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just take a person and say, I'm going to put you on this station from this time on these days and you're going to blow up. No.
And also don't put a clock on it, which I think is a mistake a lot of these kids.
Bro, that's the thing. I think a lot of people assume that, even who've probably been watching this show, that there's like this overnight success. Like, the amount of time that both of us toiled in absolute obscurity before getting some success is unfathomable. Like, yes, we had the MTV shit, and that's the thing. You'll get little pops. You're going to get a video of yours, a sketch you make that goes viral, or a show is going to do really well, etc. And then it might go back and down. And then eventually you're going to hit something, hopefully, knock on wood, where, you're out of here. So it's just years and years and years.
Look, I mean, this guy talks about traction, right? I didn't feel my first traction till 36.
Wow. God damn.
I mean, maybe that says something about me. But
how much was it in Taiwan?
What?
Thailand. How much?
What was that?
I put that in the notes.
What was that like?
Ladyboys are Thailand?
Thailand, yes.
I go to Taiwan.
How tight was it?
You're telling me there's no ladyboys in Taiwan?
There are no ladyboys in Taiwan.
Could
there be men who dress as women?
Yeah, that's a ladyboy.
They're not called ladyboys, though.
What do you guys call them?
I don't call them anything, but I'm sure they have a name. But the phenomenon of ladyboys is
So
Thailand.
You didn't feel no walls till you was 38, Chris?
36.
36.
Damn.
Ish.
And what was it?
For me?
Yeah.
Writing Do You with Russell Simmons. What?
Chris didn't feel no tight pussy walls till 36, and he didn't feel them till he was writing Do You with Russell Simmons. Okay, Chris, that's what's up. How long did it take?
How long did what take?
For you to take off, man.
Yeah,
What's wrong
damn,
with you?
bro.
What's wrong with you?
Come on, Chris.
How did you know you was getting some motion? Like, how did you feel it?
Chris feeling that citrus right now.
What's wrong with you? How did you know? How did you know you had motion?
You can tell.
How could you tell? Like, what happened?
You selling this like Lyme disease, Chris.
You really are.
Come on, bro.
How would Hunter
Come
Biden
on,
describe
man.
it?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
There's a different energy when you have a success under your belt, right?
Yeah. That was a big book, though.
Bestseller.
Yeah, that was a
number
big book.
2.
Let's go.
That was a big book.
People fuck with you. You can tell.
And that's when everything changed for you. That's when everybody was like, okay, who wrote this for you? Got you. That makes all the sense in the world.
And this week's episode is also brought to you by Brick House. Look. I want you to look at this picture right now, okay? You see that? Yeah, that's Brick House. The doctors at Brick House Nutrition clued me in on why protein powders fail. Poor quality protein plus cheap fillers like maltodextrin, soy, corn syrup, sodium, and cellulose. If protein powder isn't cutting it, switch to Brickhouse Wheat Protein. Brickhouse Wheat is bioengineered by doctors, not marketers. This is the new science in protein powder that delivers results you can feel immediately. Delivers results you never got from your protein powder. Clean formulation gives Brickhouse Wheat superior bioavailability. Delivers professional level muscle growth and strength, a lean toned physique, unsurpassed energy, and rapid workout recovery. And it's lactose free, so there's never any bloating or stomach upset. Don't let junk protein sabotage how you look and feel. Switch to Brickhouse Wheat for guaranteed results or your money back. Go to thenewweed.com and use promo code IDIOTS for 20% off. That's promo code IDIOTS at thenewweed.com. Thenewweed.com. Let's get back to the show.
Guys, this episode has been brought to you by the Chew, okay? The Chew, Blue Chew. Same active ingredients inside Viagra, Cialis. This is the Chew, the one that we rock with, the one that you stay rock with, okay? Keep your girl happy, your side chick happy, and your wife happy. You're going to have plenty of stamina when you got the hardest meat on the planet. Yes, it's uncomfortable doing this ad while I'm getting my hair done, but we're going to power through and hope they don't understand what I'm saying. The point I'm trying to make is you're going to get your first month free. All you got to do is go to bluechew.com/idiots. Use the promo code idiots. That's it. You got to go to bluechew.com and use the promo code idiots. Okay. Idiots is got you. You're going to get your first month free. All you got to do is pay $5 shipping. That is a bargain for the best deal you'll ever deliver in your life. Now let's get back to the show.
Chris Fit 0622 says, best advice somebody ever gave you. Ooh, Andrew.
Ooh, best advice someone ever gave me. Whoa. That's a great one. Holy shit. I've got a lot of good advice in my life.
Best ever is hard.
Best ever. But like saying sorry.
Mm.
Yeah, my dad was like, yeah, it's just the importance of saying sorry.
Mm.
You know, just if you do something to somebody, you hurt somebody's feelings, even if you didn't intend to do it, you still did that thing. Like saying sorry, there's a lot of power in that. So I think that was huge for me.
I've had a lot. My mom telling me to read things that don't pertain to me. That made me even more curious. I'm already a naturally curious person. That made me even more curious. If you want to see how other people are going to eventually, if you want to see how other people are eventually going to treat you, watch how they treat others.
Yeah.
That's a great piece of advice. And my dad telling me if I don't change my lifestyle, I'm going to end up in jail, dead, or broke sitting under the tree. You know?
Did you change your lifestyle then?
No.
When did you decide to change it?
When I actually went to jail for the first time.
Yeah.
And saw people around me actually getting prison sentences and seeing people around me actually die. Yeah. And seeing people who I used to look up to actually be broke, sitting under the tree. I'm like, oh, Pops is right. Okay.
Wait a minute, meaning like some guy who was like selling drugs or whatever, and then you saw him just kind of like...
No, people that I used to look up to, like you know, people that I used to look up to because they were just cool. Right. You know what I mean? But they didn't do anything with their life. And so they just, you know, ended up sitting in Mouse Corner, you know, doing nothing. Yeah. So it's like, and they broke sitting under the tree. Like, you can see it. Like, you're like, oh shit. And you're possibly like, that person used to do this, that person used to do that, and that person had the opportunity to do this, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, this shit is real.
So then what do you do? Like literally that day, do you say, I'm going to change my life?
Yes. Literally. I'm gonna change, more importantly, I'm gonna change my lifestyle. So I always had the wherewithal to look and see what all of those individuals did or didn't do and do the opposite.
Okay, what was the first thing you changed?
Get a job. Go get a job so I have something to do instead of just hanging out in the street of Monk's Corner. Let me go find a job. Okay. And I ended up working at a warehouse in Monk's Corner. It was called Industrial Acoustics Company at the time. And then I started hanging out at the recording studio, Never So Deep Recording Studio. Salute to my guys, Professor Robert Evans and DJ Bless. Then I started, I did telemarketing. Then I got the internship. Once I got the internship at the radio station, that changed everything.
It was over.
It was over because I had a place to actually spend a lot of my time, and it was revolving around something that I actually loved. Right. Which was
what were you doing
radio.
for money at that time, though?
Working. I worked at the telemarketing place. I worked at...
So you would have a regular job and intern at the radio station?
Absolutely. I had like 3 jobs at one time. Like I said, I worked at a clothing store in the mall, and I was doing telemarketing.
And then you'd go to the radio station from what hour to what hour?
Anytime. Any free time I had, I was at the radio station. Literally, when I wasn't working and I wasn't with my wife, my girl then, I was at the radio station.
And would they let you on air ever?
A couple of the guys did. Willie Will used to bring me on the air to talk, and that's how I ended up getting the opportunity to be on radio, because Willie Will used to bring me on. And I remember the program director at the time, Terry Bass, said, yo, your energy goes up when Charlamagne is in the room. And then Ron White, but he was the music director, he was like, you just need to be on the radio. Have you ever thought about being on the radio?
And what'd you say?
Yeah. I hadn't thought about it, but if you're going to give me the opportunity to try it, you motherfucking right, I'm going to do it.
Okay, so he says, you should be on the radio. You go, yeah. And then does he give you a slot? Do you become like a
He
regular?
put me on Sunday mornings from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for a couple of weeks, but it was voice tracked. So what voice tracking is when you go in there and you just record your voice, so you're recording the show basically. So I did that for a few weeks, but I was scaring all the church folks. So then he put me on Saturday nights, 7 to midnight, and I was voice tracked 7 to 10, but then 10 to midnight, he'd let me go live.
So voice track means you pre-record your thing and then they slot it in.
Yep. And then he let me go live 10 to midnight.
And then what happened when you went live the first time?
It was a rush. You felt it. Probably the same way you felt when you first got your first laugh on stage.
Why? Are people calling?
People calling in.
And they're reacting to what you're saying
That's
live.
right. They're reacting to what you're saying. You know, you're talking. And, you know, the thing about radio is like you got to learn the chops. You got to learn how to actually be on air, not as a personality, but just the mechanics of the board and all of that stuff like that. But the personality part, nobody can teach you that.
Yeah.
So it's like nobody ever taught me. Nobody ever said, this is how you're supposed to do radio. So I was just on there talking like me.
So did people like the next week come up to you and be like, yo, I actually listened to you this night? When did you first start to feel like public affection?
You felt it in the moment, because you got to think, this is before social media. So people are actually listening to the radio and reacting in real time. And the only way they can react is by calling the radio station.
So the lines were hot.
Yes, and I used to take a lot of phone calls. So it's like I would say something, answer the phone, and the person on the phone would be laughing at what I just said. You know what I mean? So it's not like they can get on Twitter and tweet. They had to call in. And I was relying so heavily on the phones. I was opening the phones up immediately to people, getting that immediate response. And then that turned into, when the people would call, I would fuck with them and make jokes with them. And so it just took off. So I don't even know how the fuck we started talking about this. What the fuck we started talking about this for?
Best advice.
Oh yeah, best advice. So yes. Yeah, change of the lifestyle. And when you change the lifestyle and you start to actually, put yourself in positions to where you're not doing the same dumb shit that you was doing, things just seem to open up for you.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. So that's the best advice I got. What's the next one? What's that name? That looks Asian, Chris. What is that?
Or Polish. Can
Hochaki?
Chosky.
How did your views on spirituality and religion change through your 20s and 30s? I recall you being an atheist, Andrew.
I don't know if I was ever like an atheist, but my views on religion has definitely changed. Like I wasn't ever religious growing up. I didn't like hate religion or anything, but I think I've become much more like open and understanding of the importance of it and the influence of it, even on non-religious folks. So, I don't know. I think that actually happens as you get older and kind of like reflect on the absurdity of your life.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like, God, how did all these things happen? How did I get these people in my life? How lucky was that? You know, so you almost like hope there's something else out there, you know?
Yeah, I've always been spiritual. I was religious when I was young just because my mom was Jehovah's Witness, grandmother was a Baptist, but I just always been spiritual. Like I just always believed in a higher power. Right. I just didn't believe that one higher power would create all of these different religions. You know what I mean? So you're a Christian, you're Jewish, you're a Muslim, but y'all all worship me.
Yeah.
That never made any sense to me. Yeah. And the older I get too, I just be reading like a lot of these stories. A lot of these stories in the Bible don't even make sense, man.
Yeah.
I told y'all this a million times. Adam and Eve were the first man and woman. They had Cain and Abel.
And they got married to
Cain
some other people.
killed Abel and went off and found a wife. Where? Yeah. I thought it was only 4 people on the goddamn planet.
Yeah.
You know? And the Jesus thing.
What do you mean,
Yeah.
What do you mean, You don't get to say anything.
I don't like the whole, I died for your sins.
Why?
Because if I was Jesus, I'd be looking down like, y'all really think I died for y'all to act like that? Y'all really think I died for y'all to act a goddamn fool the way y'all acting? Actually, they killed me. They dragged me to a cross, hung me up on it, and now y'all walk around wearing my most excruciating moments on this planet around your neck.
Yeah, that's gotta be
as
tough.
if I wanted that to happen.
Yeah. I think the idea was that you were, or we were always going to be fuck-ups. So he died for our sins so we could go to heaven. But we were always going to be fuck-ups.
I would never let y'all in. There's no way that I'll watch y'all on this planet doing what y'all doing and then just invite y'all with open arms to heaven. When it's
but you
all
don't know
said
no
and done.
better. That's what he's saying.
No.
It's like you can't help yourself.
First, okay, let's talk about that then. You ain't gonna come in here acting like that. I'm giving you the opportunity to get right while you're there.
Yeah.
Because you ain't coming up in here acting like that.
Well, that's what he's doing.
And we failing miserably.
Yeah, but if you follow him and you let him into your heart, then hopefully he'll be a guiding light to lead you to heaven.
If I was Jesus, I wouldn't want to be in none of our hearts. I know, you know how they say God knows your heart?
Yeah.
I know your heart. And that's how I know I would never have died for somebody like you.
I'm getting to heaven, bro. I don't know about you.
I don't know.
Chris, you don't want to go to heaven?
It's very strange. It's not strange, but to grow up, to feel zero connection with Jesus in America is always like a strange thing.
You feel zero?
Zip.
What about when something crazy happens? What do you say? Bagels.
But no, God and Jesus are two different
Jesus
things,
Christ,
though.
right?
But God and Jesus
Can
are
you
two
put a
different
smear
things.
on that? What?
Yeah.
God and Jesus are not the same entity, which I never understood
Well,
that either.
I don't feel
No,
a
it's
connection
the
with
Holy
God
Trinity.
either,
They're all-
but like specifically Jesus. I can remember going to my mother very young. I grew up in a Catholic neighborhood predominantly, and everything was Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And I said, who the fuck is Jesus?
Yeah.
And my mom was like, well, Jews believe that Jesus was a great man, but he was just a man.
So who was God? I created this great man. And y'all worship him,
It
but
just
not
made
me?
sense to me. I was like, he was probably a really great guy.
And the poor Holy Ghost,
But that's it.
his branding and marketing has been terrible.
Yeah, where he got to get some love, man.
You
We got to
gotta-
give the Holy Ghost some
Come
love.
on.
But the Holy Ghost is now we're really getting into these gymnastics of trying to make some shit. None of it makes sense.
None of it makes now we're
None of
talking.
it makes sense.
I wish I knew more to
There's nothing to
argue
know. It
for.
doesn't make sense.
It's actually blind faith.
Well, this is what a Jew and a Muslim would say.
I'm not Muslim.
You know, but
it's
us Christians understand the Holy Trinity and how all those things are
why
one.
aren't you a God then?
Say again?
Aren't you a Godin?
Are you trying to catch me?
No, I'm just simply saying, why is it Christian? Shouldn't it be about God?
Well, God is Jesus.
No,
Christ is God.
no, he's not. It's the
Yeah.
Holy Trinity is God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, they're all one.
They clearly say Jesus is God's son.
They're all one.
He also says he is the Lord, and I think
Yeah.
incarnation is what makes him both.
Once again, contradiction. The Bible says, "Don't worship anybody else besides me, God." And
Because they're the same.
so.
The Holy Trinity is Jesus, God, and the Holy
It
Spirit.
sounds like a trans discussion. I can't have this conversation. And
It is. Actually, it's a good analogy.
It just sound like, come on. This don't make y'all understand that, but don't understand trans.
Listen, God,
like seriously.
God forgives you, bro.
I know he does.
No, I think that they can understand one trans, just not all these.
I believe in God.
Yeah.
I believe in Jesus being God's messenger.
Yeah.
I don't know where the Holy Ghost comes into play because the only time they even talk about the Holy Ghost is when you're in church and somebody's doing the Harlem Shake. So I just don't understand any of it, to be totally
I
honest.
don't know enough about the Holy Spirit, man. I gotta.
Well, let me ask you this: Do
Holy
you
Ghost.
think you can
Holy
be
Ghost? Is it the Holy Ghost?
Holy Ghost? Yeah. Can you? I consider myself a spiritual person.
Me too.
I don't believe in God though.
So what is the Spirit?
I'm not sure. That's why I'm curious.
So maybe you do believe in God. It's just not this one entity.
Is it Buddha?
Not Buddha.
No, you just have like a Judeo-Christian idea of God, and you're
No,
like,
I
so
don't
that's
know.
what. Say again.
I don't think so.
Meaning that's what you think God is. Therefore, you don't believe in it. But if God
see what
could
you're
be
saying.
omnipresent, if God could,
I think there is some sort of
Has to be.
force. I just don't think it's a God or a
you just
religion.
don't know if it's coming from a dude with a staff and a beard.
I know it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I never thought they had a staff in a bed, but I do feel like there's just a higher power. Like whatever you want to, like, you know.
Is there though?
Yeah, it has to be. Like, because we can't explain none of this stuff. We can't explain nothing about us. We
Maybe
can't
there's nothing to explain. Maybe this is all just a fucking random accident.
Whoa.
Nah, it's a hell of an accident, Chris. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I don't believe that though. I believe
It's
that
a hell of an accident.
it is a hell of an accident. This would be the greatest accident of all time. There
Why
hasn't been a
would-
better accident. Why hasn't there been better accidents?
You believe that this was an accident? but COVID is real. Like, you want to talk about mental gymnastics? Like, clearly you guys started COVID. You don't believe that, but you're like, there's no way that God exists. Come on.
And a lot of things are really perfect. Like, when you think about us, it's
outstandingly perfect.
Do you know when I feel a presence of a God or higher power? Music.
Do. Say again?
Music.
The sweet sound of a ladyboy's nuts slapping against your shirt.
Every time.
Not for me. But to that point, though, I feel God during sex. If you are really one with a person and really in love with a person, like, and just think about we've conceived life.
Yeah.
Right? We've made love to our wives and conceived life. That is God.
Well, you guys have made love to your wives and conceived life. I made love to my wife and then later went to a doctor to get some help.
That's God, though. God built
That's God,
those doctors. Yeah.
That's
But
God.
if God was going to create the doctor, why didn't he just
let the doctor fuck?
The Lord works in mysterious. What the fuck?
What?
I got my hair up, bro. Come on.
He's vulnerable.
I believe in God. I don't want nobody to think I don't believe in God. I believe in Jesus as a messenger of God. I also believe that God sent other messengers here. I just never understood. Like that whole I died for your sins thing. Yo, we are doing a terrible job of, of
You stop sinning?
I guess, but we're doing a terrible job of letting God live that life. He give his life for us.
Get in here.
See, speak of God. Speaking of God.
Speaking of God.
Wow.
Shiloh.
All right, I want to take a break and tell you about an app that makes all of our lives difficult if people know you might have a little bit of change, and that's Cash App. But it also makes our lives easy for people you actually want to send money to. And if you're not up to speed already, Cash App is way more than just a safe way to send and receive money. With the Cash App card, you unlock a ton of perks without all the fees. Enjoy benefits like exclusive early access to nationwide concert pre-sales. I don't care if it's Kendrick Lamar, Sabrina Carpenter, whoever you want to see, you can. Plus discounts on everyday purchases and popular brands you're probably already spending money on. Cash App also adds security to your money by declining suspicious card transactions and sending you a notification to make sure the payment is really you. If your card has ever lost or stolen, you can lock it with just one tap right in the app. Spend your confidence with the Cash App card today. For a limited time only, new Cash App customers can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash for real. Just download Cash App. Use our exclusive referral code IDIOTS in your profile. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money, that's Cash App. Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners, prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC, direct deposit, roundups, overdraft coverage, and discounts provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. Salute to ZipRecruiter. Finding great candidates to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You get too many resumes and not enough candidates with the right skills or experience. But not with ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter finds amazing candidates for you fast. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/idiots. ZipRecruiter's smart technology identifies top talent for your roles quickly. Immediately after you post your job, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology starts showing you qualified people for it. And ZipRecruiter lets you connect with top candidates ASAP. You can use ZipRecruiter's pre-written invite to apply message to personally reach out to your favorite candidates and encourage them to apply sooner. Ditch the other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter find what you're looking for, the needle in the haystack. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it for free at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/idiots. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/idiots. ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire.
Okay. We had to take a break because God did just intervene.
See?
In the form of Schultz's beautiful daughter.
See?
So that was God's way of letting us know.
He's out there.
I am here. I by the way, I believe in God. I'm not sitting there saying I don't.
We're going to get Chris to be a believer too, man.
No, I believe in Jesus too. I'm just thinking if God made man in his image according to his likeness, right? Then of course he would make Jesus that way. If I looked down right now and I was Jesus and saw the way we was acting, I wouldn't even claim that I died for y'all. I ain't died for y'all to act like this. Right?
Well, the worse we act, the more we needed him to die for us, right?
No.
He only dies for the sinners of the believers, though, right?
I don't see. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Jesus is up there like, oh, God. I don't even know who I can send for them to figure it out. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jesus, though. We appreciate your...
They could have sent you, man.
By the way,
God could be working through you, bro.
that is true. I'm about to say, Jesus, we appreciate your sacrifice. That would, you know what, though? I would believe the story of Jesus a little bit more if he hadn't been killed.
Well, he needs to be, to die for everybody's sins. The ultimate sacrifice. God sends his own son down here to die for our sins.
So why was he fighting when they were taking him to the cross then?
He wasn't.
Yes, he was.
He came back willingly.
No, I'm talking about when they was taking him. He dragging him to the cross.
He was the one who dragged the cross up there.
Huh?
He dragged it on his back while they're spitting on him.
Because they made him.
They made you do that. Yeah.
They made him.
He came back into town on the donkey, badass. Like, what's up? I'm fucking shit up. I'm me.
And someone else helped him carry that cross at some point.
No, see, now I know that's not the story. You got to carry your own cross, Mouse.
Well,
there was some
life.
character.
You got to carry your own cross.
Yeah,
There's some character that helped him.
Imagine helping Jesus carry his cross and nobody can remember your name.
Well, I'm not.
God
Hey,
damn.
I'm going to be honest with you. Mark taught me about all of this 4 days ago.
Mark Gagnon?
Yeah.
He looks like Jesus.
I know. And a
allegedly.
devout Catholic.
Shout out to Mark.
No, Mark knows a lot. So does Shifty, man. Shifty knows a lot too.
I was reading Mark's baby's book about the Bible. And I was like, oh, this is all fascinating. I know
Mark wrote a baby book about the Bible?
No, he bought one for his child.
Oh,
To
wait,
learn
what the
about-
fuck is going on? Listen, shout out to God, man. Shout out to
Christians
Jesus.
don't get enough credit too because like they became the dominant religion, so you forget about what they went through to become the dominant religion. But like they were persecuted like crazy, and
As
through
a
the
sex cult.
they were called that.
Yeah.
They were called a million different things, but like through that, they were still benevolent and kind and helping the people. They were ostracized by society, and
For
they
a
just
minute.
say again
For a minute.
for hundreds of years.
True.
Christians got to drop the whole,
I'm just saying they paid the cost to be the boss.
not really.
Son, they did. It wasn't.
No. I'm saying they should drop the whole can get forgiven for our sins thing.
No, but that's the point. Then why
the
else
whole
did he
bo-
die?
That's the bottom
Because
line.
there's no rule. Like, if I can get forgiven for my sins, I just do bullshit and be like, oh, forgive me. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of that, and then I'll take you a little bit more serious.
Because they got so much confidence in the source. They have so much confidence that if you believe in this guy and you live a life like him, then
What
you
about
will be
confidence
forgiven.
in yourself, though? Have the confidence in yourself to know I'm going to do right to the point that I don't even need for my sins to be forgiven.
There is no confidence in self. We're born sinners. That's the problem. We're born to do these fucked up things.
I guess, man. I don't know. I really don't know. God bless all.
I don't either. Don't let me be
God bless all the religious people, all the spiritual people. Just find God the best way you know how. I always break down God is gain your own definition.
Oof.
You know, just gain your own definition of what you think God is, because there is definitely something bigger than us. Because I know we just pissed off all the Christians.
No, I don't think so.
They shouldn't be. You shouldn't judge.
Forgive us.
Remember that part? Remember that part?
Forgive us. I think if that conversation pisses you off, then it reveals that you might not believe as much as you do.
Ooh.
Or that you're a scholar. Like you're mad that you don't.
Oh yeah, you could be upset of us just getting things wrong, but if you truly believe the word, then like you shouldn't
That's
be
what I'm
upset
saying.
if people don't believe it yet, because then we're just foolish.
Yeah.
You know, that shouldn't make you angry,
Or they're worried.
or they're worried that it could
Worried about what?
motivate other
like-
people to
No.
not believe.
I mean, I have a lot of born again Christians in my family. When I was a kid, every year I would get a Bible with Jesus's words highlighted in red, and I was like, "Stop giving this shit to me! Like, this is my Christmas present. Like, this is what you're going to give me." And my aunt was like, "I love you, and I think you're going to go to hell if you don't accept
Damn.
Jesus."
Fire.
And I was just like,
What a sweet thing to do.
"I guess."
I think
So
that's
I think you're going to go to hell if you don't marry that man. I don't know if she was married or not. I'm just saying.
She is.
Oh, okay. But the people always want to tell you that you're going to hell, but they got their own shit that they're
I think
doing.
she was sincere. I think she really believed that.
Yeah, I don't mind when people proselytize, because in a way, it's like they're just looking out.
Okay, well, let's talk about this then. What makes somebody guaranteed to go to hell? Right? Because if the Bible forgives all the sins, for the most part,
Harming children.
but it forgives all the sins.
Not believing a false prophet.
But it says forgive all the sins. So what sins is unforgivable?
The sins are forgiven once you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, but they're not forgiven before. You don't just get forgiven anyway.
What if you're gay and you forget and you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior?
You go to heaven.
Not according to the Bible.
Yes, according to the Bible.
The Bible says being gay is an abomination.
Yeah, but so is cheating on your wife or coveting thy neighbor's wife or all these
What
other
if-
things that we
But
do.
polyester.
But what about giving? But you have to give up the dick though. What if you don't want to give up the dick?
You have to try.
Yeah.
God damn. What if you get there and you say, but God, you made it.
Made it fucking
It was
delicious.
amazing. And then you start breaking it down the way Hunter Biden broke
Shit
down
is
crack.
like a soup dumpling.
You know what I'm saying?
What am I supposed to do? Not nibble at all?
Listen, I believe in God. I want all of us to get to where we're supposed to go. I'm just questioning some of the stories that have been told to us over the years.
It's good to question. You don't think
Yes.
that Christians have been questioned for the last few thousand years? Like, they're used to the questioning.
And I feel
it
like-
still perseveres. So, like, I don't think questioning is even disrespectful. I think questioning gets you either closer to the source
Yes.
or closer to something else. But, like, it's not so fragile. I think that's something I see that Christians, like, sometimes they're so angry at people questioning. It's like, guys, it beat everything out. It's like everybody's been asking these questions for this long, and it's still here. It's still the dominant religion.
People still believe.
People
yeah.
still believe. So it's like,
Yeah.
let them question it.
But I
It's very dominant. You don't understand how dominant it is until you're not part of it.
Christianity?
Yeah.
Son,
course we do.
it's the year 2025.
Right, it's like-
somebody made that joke. I think it was maybe Louis C.K. But if you want to know which religion won,
Right.
we're living in the year 2025.
Of our Lord and
Anything
Savior Jesus
before
Christ. Yeah.
is before Christ.
Right.
Which is that true?
Yeah. AD is after death. BC had a dominus.
Yeah.
And I forget what BC is.
They do BCE now.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, of course, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, shout out Jesus. Bro.
Yeah, shout out to Jesus, man. I'm not gonna lie though. I was sitting in my backyard and I got that revelation.
Which one?
Cause I was just like, yo, Jesus died for our sins. And our voice was like, no, I did not. And I'm not even joking. And then I had this whole thing in my head about I got killed. I didn't die for y'all to be down there acting like that.
Yeah.
Now, I was on the edible, but it does not take away from the fact that that's what I heard. Okay.
See? But no, this is an interesting point because he could have been dying for the sins that was happening in that region at that time.
Ooh,
You know what I
not
mean?
everybody. What? Ooh,
He didn't
now
know.
that's fire. What if
didn't
everybody
know.
adopted it and took it worldwide, but he was only for that one
He
region?
was like, yo, I was just talking about them eating shellfish or whatever. I'm not talking about these motherfuckers that eat jellyfish on the regular. Like, that's weird. Like, I don't know.
I was not talking about you child fuckers.
Yeah, like, hey, what are you talking about?
You might be right, man.
Yo, you know, yeah, it's nothing. Forget it. It's not. It's just a funny premise somebody told me that I can't share. It's too crazy.
It's crazy how you get long hair and all of a sudden you Jesus.
Yo, that's a good
That's
ass.
crazy, yo.
That's a good ass point. Shout out to the man.
Yo, Israel_Ramirez 12. Y'all opinion on the 20 versus 1 debate.
First of all, if you want to know God exists, why the next question literally come from Israel?
Israel.
Damn. No, it's not Israel. It's Israel_Ramirez 12.
Yeah, yeah.
No, Ramirez.
Well, yeah, it's a
That's a
little.
deported name.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get him out of here.
Oh, got you, got you. Y'all opinion on the 20v1 debate, Mehdi Hasan
Did you watch it?
versus 24 Hour. I watched clips of it.
Yeah.
They asked me to be on Jubilee, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Jubilee.
they asked me to do a 20v1.
They asked me too, and I'm like, what am I debating you guys on?
Yeah, what were your topics?
I'm like, what are we
They
debating?
gave me like 4 or 5 topics. I'm just being honest. I love to enjoy it. I like watching the show.
Yeah.
I just don't want to put myself up to that. Like I just don't see.
I also just don't want to debate you. Like,
for
I want to
20
have some fun.
like, yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah. I thought Mehdi handled himself correctly.
Yo, Mehdi did. It's just you're looking at like the most distilled version of like infotainment when like information and like politics becomes entertainment.
Yeah. And
it's a great concept like for a show, but sometimes it's a little disappointing, man. You're like watching some of the arguments these kids are making and you're like, wow, this is what happens when you're caught in the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah.
And
it's not their fault though.
Why not?
Because they are getting fed a lot of misinformation, which is why I constantly tell people, I thought what Mehdi did was good because you should do that. When people just goes on Fox News or when, different people go on different platforms, if you're seeing somebody spew misinformation and they're not getting the truth or the facts, why don't you go on that show and give them the truth and the facts?
How would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
Well, quite frankly, I think we would deport people who shouldn't be here.
I didn't ask about deporting. What does the government look like?
What does the government look like?
Yeah.
I would say, quite frankly, it's under a sort of benevolent leader such as
Where does he
Franco.
come from?
It could be a kind of aristocratic class. Could be someone
No, but who picks the autocrat?
Frankly, the people. I mean, we could hold a vote on it. Kings were
Isn't
paid.
that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get to that stage.
And then no more votes afterwards?
Absolutely.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. And if that autocrat kills you and your family, you're fine with that?
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills, because that's the whole thing.
How do you know?
Carl Schmitt
Autocrats tend to kill everyone,
Carl
even their own
Schmitt makes
subordinates.
this point very well in his work. It's the friend-enemy distinction, right? You
Carl
liberals,
Schmitt, the Nazi theoretician.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't care.
Are you a fan of the Nazis?
I frankly don't care being called a Nazi at
I didn't
all.
say that. I
Doesn't
didn't
matter
actually
to
say
me.
that. I said, are you a fan of the Nazis?
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. But
What about the
you know,
persecution of the Jews?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But
And
you
so
don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews?
I think that there was a little bit of persecution
We
and stuff
may
like
have
that,
to
which is
rename
bad.
this show
but,
because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
hey, what can I say?
I think you could say, I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am. Absolutely.
I'm just checking who's clapping just to get my set of where everyone
Because
is on this.
in
Because you
during-
know that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out who the fascists and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
clearly you're not.
During the
Clearly you're not.
During the pre-war period, prior to World War II, it was only those parties that properly enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The conservatives were fat
Are
cats.
you
They were
in favor
aristocrats.
of,
They didn't care.
favor of killing people who aren't like you?
Quite frankly, I'm not. If
You mentioned
they-
Franco earlier. Franco killed a lot of innocent people.
Oh, well, he killed communists. He killed people who raped nuns and killed priests.
What about children who he killed and women who he killed?
What are you talking about? He never killed any women or children. He was Catholic,
He only
dude.
killed combatants. Is that what you're
Yeah,
claiming?
he only killed combatants.
Never killed any innocent people.
The White Terror was only punishing those people who did acts of terrorism. And again, are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests? I mean, priests don't brandish guns and kill
You
people.
just refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think you're in a position to ask anyone any questions.
I quite frankly don't care what you think about me. If I'm a Nazi
And
and
the
being a
feeling
Nazi
is mutual,
if
so-
being a Nazi means upholding human
kinda
dignity, because I even believe in your dignity. I don't in
I
a state
don't-
that I was
with the
running.
greatest of
I wouldn't
respect,
want to hurt
I don't
you or
debate.
anything like that. But
What are we
quite
doing
frankly,
here? I don't debate fascists.
I agree. I just think that like now you're watching the show turn into like, it's like, this is the most extreme. Like there's one kid who's like, yeah, I'm a fascist. And I was like, okay, I guess we can have those conversations.
But he
I mean,
don't know
that
what
is-
fascism. He clearly didn't know what fascism meant.
I thought he did. I thought he had a
I
good
saw
idea.
that clip. I got the sense that he didn't understand what fascism
But everybody,
meant.
listen, it's free speech. Like everybody should have a right to their opinion. I guess you will want to make sure, and I haven't seen the whole thing, so I could be speaking out of turn here, but like you want to make sure that there's like a balance argument against what Mehdi is presenting, because if it's just the most extreme argument against what Mehdi is presenting, we're like, yeah, we should just live in a Christian fascist country or whatever it is, like a theo-fascist, theocratic.
You can't call yourself a fascist and believe in free speech.
Well, I guess my point is they will sacrifice that to make the change that they want. I guess what I'm saying is that you actually do a disservice to addressing Mehdi's argument. Like I want to hear Mehdi argue against somebody who's really smart, but also has a reasonable position that's the opposite. I don't want it's Mehdi goes, hey, we should get rid of immigrants. And everybody's like, how about this place is only white? You know, it's like, that's not to me a helpful argument, or one that I'm trying to like learn both sides of.
You want
that
nuance.
would be my criticism.
You want nuance, but nuance doesn't get clicks.
I want nuance doesn't get clicks. Like I want two reasonable positions. I want someone saying like immigration is better, and then someone saying immigration is worse. And then both of those positions, by the end of it, I want both those people to be like, listen, my opponent made good points. I see where he's coming from. I don't agree.
Yeah.
Not simply, I'm going to write you off as a fucking,
By the
Nazi.
way, I agree with you and I agree with Miles, but I nuance does get clicks because a lot of these takes that we hear from people are nuanced because it's the way that they're looking at it. It just doesn't mean that it's right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I hear
Like,
what you're saying. It's not like, I get what you're saying.
like we listen to these podcasts, we do podcasts, all of this is nuance,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? But what happens on these 20v1s, there is no nuance. You got people that clearly know what they're talking about and people who don't. At least that's the way they've casted it.
Yeah, and the most extreme opinions are going to be what gets the clicks, not the most like thoughtful conversation.
Yeah. Like if you believe something that I disagree with, I want to hear why.
Yes, yeah.
In a smart way.
In a smart way. The problem is that like people, we can't really like distill between like cheap views and expensive views. And by expensive views, I don't really mean like, I guess a view is a view, but like it's easy to get views if you just say Nazi shit. Like Kanye can come out and do a song, he's like, Hail Hitler, and like it gets it, but it's just cheap views. Expensive views are like a nuanced conversation about a topic between two sides that both offer reasonable positions. And that's harder to get people to listen to.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing to get people to listen to. Just saying the most extreme shit that will never exist in reality is very easy to get people to watch, but they're not watching to learn. They're watching the car crash.
And you're surprised at how much stuff is just surface, right? Like when I did Laura Trump a couple of weeks, she played a clip for me from Mamdani, and Mamdani was basically he was talking about defunding the police, but he was actually talking about it in the nuanced way, not just the phrase. It's easy to take the slogan, defund the police, and say they want to take money away from police departments and they want to take away cops. But he was breaking it down like, no, defund the police and refund social services.
That's another slogan that they need to get rid of, right? Defund the police. But he said it, refund social services. Like, whenever people have these conversations about defunding the police, what they're talking about is just take some of those hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars that are being put into the police departments and put them into things that can actually make our community safer. Like, when he was on Breakfast Club and he talked about pairing, mental health professionals with police officers, because that's what you need sometimes. Like, if I'm a police officer, I'm not equipped to go out there and deal with somebody who's having a mental health crisis. And then, because I fear for my life, this person might attack me, I shoot them, I kill them. Now it's a big controversy, when the reality is pair them with people who actually do that work so you can prevent, some of those type of things. And also, man, put money in those communities to give these kids something to do. Like, these kids are going to resort, to crime and other things if they don't have, community centers, if they don't have access to trade school, if they don't have, food in their stomach. Like, I completely understand him when he says, refund social services. That's the thing that we need to hear.
To me, that's perfect. Like, don't even focus on the defund the police part. Refund social services. And so I'm talking to her and I'm like, yo, all he's simply saying is these police departments, especially in places like New York City, have these bloated police budgets, multi-billions of dollars go to the police departments, but no money actually goes to actually solving the root issues in the community that are causing crime to happen in the first place. So you should take that money, put it into more mental health initiatives, put it into trade schools, make the schools better, make the libraries better, give these people in these communities something else to do so they don't resort to crime.
Yeah.
And then I said, and also when it comes to social services, give the police mental health resources. Police got to deal with a whole bunch of, police need mental health resources, and I think police need more pay. If I was a police officer, I'd be mad that the department is getting these billions of dollars, but meanwhile, we not getting more of that money in our pocket.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm pissed off every day I go to motherfucking work.
100%.
Having to deal with y'all curse me out, tell me to suck my dick, blah, blah, blah.
That's a hard job,
And
bro.
I'm barely making ends meet. Yo, think about the cop that got killed
at the shooting
a couple weeks ago. What was that? What was it?
Bangladeshi guy.
What was the name of the building though? Blackstone?
it was
Stone.
Black
Was it
Rock.
Rock. Yeah.
no, Blackstone.
Blackstone.
Yeah.
The cop that got killed was doing security to make more money.
Oh, they off the moonlight.
But that's my
They
point.
moonlight,
shouldn't
they have to do overtime. They shouldn't have to do these things. And a lot of them, to be honest, like, they can't afford to live in the neighborhoods they police. That should never be the case.
What the fuck?
That should never be the
You know
case.
what
Like,
I'm saying?
you should live in the neighborhood you police, honestly. Like, that's what we want.
$250 a year. You know how great the candidates they'd be getting?
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
Fight for that.
yeah, you'd be
You're getting
yeah.
fantastic candidates.
That's a nuanced conversation. If I'm Mamdani,
Yeah.
that's what I start saying as well.
But I would never say defund the police because I think it just has such bad optics. What I would say is we need to increase funding to social services.
Sure.
We need to increase, like, stop acting like
Stop
you're
trying to
gonna-
find these catchy slogans.
Yeah, it's like, don't take it
The whole
away.
point of a slogan is there's no nuance in it.
Exactly.
There's no nuance in a slogan. So when you
Yeah.
use it, you got to own it.
Exactly.
Right.
He learned that.
And I think you
No,
learn.
he hasn't because he keeps saying defund the police.
Well, he's got to stop.
I think what he's trying to do is, I think he's said some things like this in his past, and he's trying to,
Fix it now.
I'm not trying to fix it. He's basically trying to, like, straddle becoming mayor and making noise.
How about just
And those
explain
are
your
two-
position? That's nuance. But that's what I meant.
Nobody
That's why I
got
brought that
time.
up. That's why I brought that up, because you can be on a network like Fox, see defund the police, and already believe you know what that means and just dismiss it.
Yeah.
But the nuanced conversation of it is explaining, no, this is what I actually mean when I say defund the police.
Yeah.
But I would just stop saying defund the police.
Don't say it.
Then Laura goes, well, what about socialism? And that's what I brought up, what I say about, hey, man, Democrats come up with all of these words for other shit, like pregnant people and stuff like that. So they need to say something else. And I think Mamdani has done that by just simply saying affordability.
Yeah.
And then I said, you know who else did a good job at that? Donald Trump.
Yeah, of course.
It's just the truth. It's just
master
it's just the truth to the matter.
Master at it.
So I think what happens on these shows right here, you have a Mehdi Hasan who first of all knows what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, understands the nuance to all of these conversations, and then you have 20 people who just believe the slogan.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You're right. Let's
get rid of the immigrants.
Yeah.
You're an immigrant.
Exactly.
I'm an immigrant if you really want to get technical about it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm first generation.
That's exactly.
You've been here longer than me.
Yeah. We from the South, though. I feel like we was here the whole time.
Maybe.
I do.
You know that there's people who make that argument.
I believe that 100%. I don't believe everybody was brought over here from slave ships.
They say that there are Native Americans that are black.
Look at them.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at indigenous people. They
came from Taiwan.
All right, Chris.
Okay.
Everybody want to be down. Everybody
want to be down, bro.
Telling you guys.
Everybody want to be down.
Take a close look at it.
You're talking about land bridge?
I'm talking about they're almost died out, but there were the indigenous tribes of Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
A couple times ago when I was in Taiwan, I went to, they still have these villages. They're doing the historical dances.
Mm-hmm.
It's the exact same as Native Americans. The costumes were the same. The rhythms were the same. The people looked the same. I was like, that's your answer right there. Now, did they come across the land bridge? Did they come across dugout canoes across the ocean? I don't know. But
everybody want to have a motherland. Everybody want their land to be the motherland.
Asia's the motherland. Come on.
Hey.
Come on.
This is what people got to realize. Ain't no more motherlands. What you got now is what you got.
Oh,
that's it.
Man. Sandy SS3 says, does Shannon Sharpe even need ESPN at this point? It's a good question.
I mean, it's a qualifier if you're speaking in the sports world. I feel like Shannon has kind of pivoted to the culture world, not moved away from the sports world. So I don't think he needs ESPN, but it's a nice check and there's nice access.
That's what I'm saying. $6.5 million a year is a lot of money to lose for a 19-year-old OnlyFans girl, bro.
I need to know how much she got because she retired from OnlyFans the next day.
Retired from fucking OnlyFans, yo. That's crazy.
Laid up.
I don't think Shannon needs ESPN. This is about what you're looking at. It's a $6.5 million check every year he was working 2 days a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think he needs it. I mean, he still goes viral and people still care about his sports takes, with Ocho.
That's true. He got the show with Ocho.
If I'm ESPN, I just hire Ocho Cinco.
Yo.
Because then you still got
culture.
You still got some of Shannon's audience.
Yo.
You know what I mean? I don't know if Ocho would do it.
Yo.
But that would make sense. It's
diabolical move.
Just hire Ocho Cinco. But we say it's diabolical, but it's just like, Shannon did it himself. Like, you work for the mouse, bro. You work for Disney.
Yeah, you can't be.
You got to know how to move. Like, they got Johnny Depp the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? He made them billions.
Billions.
You think
if they'll fire the guy that made you billions and he's not even guilty?
You know what I mean?
He's innocent.
What the fuck?
He didn't even pay her off.
He didn't even pay her off.
There's no settlement. He won.
But everything that came out of court, the mouse got him the fuck out of there, bro. Got him the fuck out of there.
Are they going to make more movies with Johnny? Not only did the mouse got him out of there, you know who else got him out of there? J.K. Rowling.
What you mean?
He was Dumbledore. Yeah. Right? Was he Dumbledore?
He was Aberforth.
Yeah, he was like Dumbledore's buddy or whatever.
Yeah.
Dumbledore.
Yeah.
In the Harry Potter origin story.
Really?
That follows Dumbledore and then Dumbledore. So he was the now what's the name of him? He was
I ain't never seen Johnny Depp in a Harry Potter movie.
What is it?
Grindelwald.
Grindelwald. Yeah, he was Grindelwald.
Yeah.
But they are maybe, there have been rumors that Johnny Depp might be making a return to Pirates of the Caribbean.
I mean, if he does, we're all pulling up.
Yeah, and he's shooting another movie with some of my people. So
who?
I don't want to say because I don't know if it's been announced yet.
Oh, they love the cancels. They get them at a discount, huh?
Nah, let me see.
That's a business model right there. You get a motherfucker canceled and then you hire him for pennies on the dollar. That's genius.
Yeah, I don't want to say because I don't know if they've announced it. But yes, definitely I've heard about him returning to Pirates of the Caribbean. But Johnny Depp's going to work again. He's Johnny fucking Depp. I'm just saying Disney did wash their hands with him at the time.
Disney did that shit to James Gunn. We forget about
Disney
the fact
did
that
it to fucking
James Gunn was fired
for old tweets.
For like joke tweets, like clearly joke tweets. And this was during the cancel Me Too movement, which everybody has forgotten the canceled movement. Like, it's really funny how like once society changes, we completely forget what got us there.
We forget what got us there.
And then the reactions are often a overcorrection from what got us there, but we forget about how fucked up it was to get us there in the first place. Like James Gunn, obviously like one of the greatest movie makers of all time, probably will go down in history, was canceled for joke tweets. And joke tweets.
After producing movies that made billions of dollars, a guy that clearly has a real sense of humor, a sick sense of humor, but a sense of humor nonetheless, made jokes and got canceled, and now he's back as that. Shout out to DC.
Yeah.
Shout out to DC, yo. Shout out to DC for doing that and reaping rewards from it.
Let's go.
John Garcia says, what is going to happen with the shakeup from Micah Parsons standing on business against the rich white man? I don't know.
What's this?
Well, Micah Parsons, Dallas Cowboys superstar. Jerry Jones doing what he normally does, not wanting to pay nobody.
Oh.
Now, I don't know, but by the way, we're recording this a while in advance, but the last thing that happened was Micah Parsons asked for a trade because Jerry has been playing with his money. Jerry says he's going to go negotiate with Micah Parsons personally. Micah Parsons is a once-in-a-generational talent. Cut this shit, Jerry. I told you this shit when we was in fucking St. Bart's, okay? Cut the motherfucking shit. Treat your players right. Do not let Micah walk out the door for nothing. He's not somebody you would want to trade. You don't just find a player like that any goddamn where, okay?
This just popped up right now. So this might be old, but are you seeing this Johnny Manziel, Gillie the Kid beef?
Oh, I saw that. He said he's going to slap Gillie.
He's like, set up the rough and rowdy. Let's call it a day. And then he goes, I love $1 million worth of game, but that's the corniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
What did he call corny?
Like,
Cam ain't never had one of these. Now I ain't going back and forth with you, nigga. Thank you, Jalen. Appreciate you, Jalen. Love you, Nick. Love you, Nick. Appreciate you, Jalen. Cam Newton never had one of these. I said Cam Newton never got one of these. Thank you, Jalen. Thank you, Nick. Thank you.
Oh, Johnny responded to that.
Yeah.
What'd he say?
Yo, Gillie the Kid, you may be the biggest fucking loser on the planet, talking like you fucking done anything on a football field. If I see you, just know I'm going to slap the fuck out of you. Trust. That's corny.
Because Cam Newton left Jalen Hurts off his top 10 quarterbacks list.
I hear nothing but facts from Gillie.
As far as what? Cut it
Jalen
out.
Hurts.
Now, one thing, look, I love Gillie, my guy, 100%. But we just talking sports here. We gonna stop fronting on Cam Newton just because he don't got a Super Bowl. Cam Newton is one of the greatest, probably you can debate probably greatest college quarterback ever, and had tremendous success in the NFL.
Yeah.
He went to the Super Bowl, got an MVP. Like, Cam Newton is a once-in-a-lifetime generational star. This is what I wanted to talk. I'm glad we brought this up because I was thinking about this the other day. We try to quantify the NFL the way we do other sports. The NBA is literally the only sport you can do the ring shit with, Joe.
Ooh.
It's the only sport. And I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah, that's
because it's only 12 players on an NBA team. So one player really can impact the team in that way.
And 5 on the floor at a time.
5 on the floor at a time. You can't do that in the NFL. In the NFL, you can be as great as Cam Newton was and don't have the parts around you. So you trying to tell me Barry Sanders isn't the greatest running back of all time because he never won a ring?
So this is...
He's not?
Okay, well, let's...
What?
Okay, wait. Let's have this conversation because I think this is really interesting. Does that then diminish the greatness of winning championships in football?
No, it doesn't diminish it.
Jalen Hurts has been to 2 Super Bowls, almost won one, won the second.
I think Jalen's great.
Why is he not a top 10 quarterback?
I think Jalen's great. I didn't hear Cam's argument. You mean top 10 of all time?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
There was the current list. He's not on the top 10 of
of the current quarterbacks in the league?
Somebody dropped the list. I don't know who dropped it.
Who the fuck would say he's not top 10 currently?
He's definitely top 10 current.
That's what I'm saying.
Top 10 all time, I don't know.
No, he's not top 10. He's not even.
We're not saying. I can't believe there would
So
be.
what's the list? So what's
all right, let me look this up.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know Cam's argument. I don't know. I didn't hear Cam's argument. I didn't even get in the middle of this conversation until I heard.
Also, Johnny's bigger than Gillie, but Gillie has hands. Like, if it's an actual boxing match, I don't think Johnny wants that. Now, I know Johnny's an NFL athlete. Don't get me wrong.
Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Johnny getting jumped. Ain't no, like Johnny, I know Johnny don't understand this part of life. You're not putting hands on Gillie and people just gonna sit around and watch you put hands on
No, he says do Rough and Rowdy, the Barstool thing.
What is that?
Where they do like the boxing matches.
You're still getting jumped. If there's more than 3 Philly people in a venue, you're getting jumped.
Gillie got a lot of love in Philly, man. Gillie got a lot of love in Philly.
Gillie got love out of Philly, okay? There ain't nobody sitting around watching Gillie get hands put on them in no way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not happening. So what is this? Okay, Cam Newton's top 10 NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah, you don't have Jalen on there.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, Jaden Daniels, C.J. Stroud, Justin Herbert, Baker Mayfield. I mean, I would have to hear his argument. I'm just if certain people say things, I'm listening in a different way.
Look, number 1 and 2 make perfect sense.
Sure.
I can't believe Patrick is 3.
I can't believe Patrick is 3 either behind Lamar and Josh. Patrick is still number 1 to me.
I don't think the top 4 are that disputable. Maybe the order, but I don't think the top 4 are that crazy. Right?
I agree. And he got Jaden Daniels over there over.
But I
Jalen
can't
Hurts.
believe you're not
Wow.
going to put the guy who went to the Super Bowl once, won it the second time.
Yeah.
In the top 10. Maybe that's a mistake, bro. That could just be a mistake.
It falls apart after 7 or after 6. Like, you can even argue Stafford and Goff if you had to.
Jalen would be. If I was doing this, Jalen Hurts would be in my top 5.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Easily.
I mean, Matt Stafford's a beast, though. That's the one thing right there. But
and a vet, like, he's been in the league a long time. He's got more stats to.
But also, you could put Jalen in front of Joe Burrow.
I got Jalen in front of
Joe hasn't taken you to a Super Bowl yet.
I mean, Jalen's not a classic passer by any stretch of the imagination. And I think
But
that's
he
where
gets it done.
He gets it, and I think he's a leader.
He gets it done.
Leader.
Like,
I don't know. I would have to hear Cam's argument, but I know one thing. All I'm simply saying is people can't front on Cam Newton just because he don't got a ring. By the way, have you ever met Cam Newton?
Dresses like Diddy's assistant.
Have you
These
ever
outfits are crazy.
Have you ever met Cam Newton?
Nah, but impressive stature.
He don't even look real. It came is like, I'm like, this motherfucker used to play quarterback.
He's like Tecmo Bowl.
Yes, like I'm like this. He's built like Anthony Mason.
Yes. R.I.P. Mace, man.
R.I.P. Anthony Mason. I always said the 2 people I've met in my life that are athletes that I'm like, this is unbelievable. It's Anthony Mason and Cam Newton.
Yeah.
They don't even look real. I've never met Shaq, so I don't know how Shaq looks in person. But these guys looked unreal. Like
Shaq
Cam looks
daunting.
unreal.
LeBron is daunting.
And Cam used to play quarterback.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Think about that.
Yeah,
Imagine trying to tackle Cam Newton and you as a linebacker, defensive tackle. This motherfucker bigger than you, running you the fuck over. I just.
That's why he could dress like that. Like, nobody's gonna do anything about it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't dress like that at 5'8".
I think that there's nothing wrong with the way Cam dresses either.
Yeah, I would say that if I were you.
I can't pull that off.
Yeah, I know you can't.
But when you see Cam, it works for him. That shit works for Cam Newton,
it
bro.
works for anybody 6'6", 260. Because none of us are going to do nothing about it.
He ain't
We're
gonna
going to
say
say,
anything.
hey, that's a great top hat, Carmen Sandiego. I love what you're doing. But none of us are going to actually say anything about it.
I don't know, man.
He looks crazy.
I think that shit works for Cam, man.
I don't know, bro.
I think that there's a lot of revisionist.
I mean, look at this shit right here. This is insane. You look like your grandma's sofa. What is this picture
That's
right
wild.
here?
That's wild.
He does.
It's not the hat, though.
No, it's the outfits. It's just the outfits.
But
bro.
I just think there's a lot of revisionist history when it goes into Cam Newton as an athlete. In football, you can't use the ring debate, bro. To me.
I think that's why Andre
So Calvin
3000
Johnson, not one of the greatest wide receivers of all time?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Barry Sanders is not. When you talk, you're only discussing a few running backs as the greatest, bro.
Can we just talk about the outfits for a second?
Bo Jackson never won a ring.
But who dresses the best? Like, do you think Andre 3000 left music because he realized he couldn't fuck with Cam's wife?
Andre can't fuck with Cam. I'll tell you that
He
right
can't
now.
fuck with his wardrobe, bro.
He can't fuck with Cam.
It's different.
Nah,
like this guy's on another level.
He can't fuck with Cam. Cam, he can't fuck with Cam. I don't care what y'all say. He can't fuck with Cam.
Golly.
Like if you even pull up the list of like the greatest of all times in football, a lot of those greatest of all times don't have rings. Dan Marino?
Yo.
What are we talking about, people?
I think you make a good point. The question now is, if football, because there's more people, you're playing less time. Like if you're an offensive player, you play half the game, maybe. If that's the case, do you take credit away from their Super Bowl wins if they have it, knowing that they are less responsible for that win? I.e., are Jordan's 6 NBA victories more impressive than Tom Brady's 7? Because you could argue that he's only playing half the game.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But that's a hot
Don't get me wrong.
take.
Seven Super Bowls is fantastic.
Well, so the other way of looking at that argument is, since it's so much harder to get 12 guys together to win a Super Bowl, winning a Super Bowl is more difficult than winning an NBA championship.
I give Tom Brady and the New England Patriots so much credit because they went to 9 Super Bowls in my lifetime.
Crazy.
And he won 6 of those. Then he went to another team, Tampa Bay, and won another one. He's an anomaly. But even with that, that's the reason we say Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. But is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skill-wise?
I think
it matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
No, because he's the greatest because he attracted the talent and he managed the talent and he got the most out of all those guys playing. But he also attracts talent on both sides of the field.
I got him number 1.
I don't know how you.
But I don't think he's better than Dan Marino, skill-wise.
Yeah, I mean,
skill-wise,
leadership.
I'm a Brady hater, so for me to say this, the Tampa Bay ones ended the argument.
It certified it. It ended it. It's like Belichick is coaching.
Right.
What high school does this girl go to?
Listen, I got Brady number 1 on my list too. Greatest quarterback of all time. Number 2 is Joe Montana. Who's after that?
That's pretty good.
Probably somebody ringless.
No, his name is Patrick Mahomes. Like how
Patrick Mahomes at 3 already?
How could you? He has 3 Super Bowls. How could you not?
I see, but
the guy's in his 20s still. Like, what are we talking about?
You're right.
So where Eli Manning fall in?
I'm with all respect to Eli. Further, I mean,
but why?
Peyton is above.
But that's my point. And Eli got 2 of them things.
Yeah,
and he beat the GOAT twice.
Yeah.
That's why the ring shit don't really matter in the football until it does.
It's tricky. It is tricky.
It is. It doesn't matter until it does.
Yeah.
Brady,
Those guys stepped up. I mean, Dan Marino as an arm, best of all time. He threw a lot of big interceptions.
Right.
I mean, I can remember his career.
Look at this. 25 NFL legends who never won a Super Bowl ring. Dick Butkus, bruh. Earl fucking Campbell.
Greatest name.
Come on, man. Eric Dickerson, bruh.
I love it.
Come on, man. Who else?
Dan Fouts was great.
I don't know who that is. Antonio Gates, come out the greatest tight end ever.
Nah.
What?
Gronk is the greatest tight end.
No, he's not. Tony Gonzalez, both these 2 people are better than Gronk. Tony Gonzalez and Antonio Gates, both of them play tight end.
I don't know, man.
John Hanna, I don't know who that is. Sonny Jurgensen, never heard of him. Jim fucking Kelly,
Legends.
bro. Come on, man. Dan Marino, of course. Who else?
I don't know who these guys are.
Oh, you're reading too fast.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon. Who was the first one you just went past, Chris?
Bunch of offensive linemen.
Bruce.
They count, though. Scroll up. I don't know who they are. Randy Moss.
Randy.
Come on,
Never won a
bruh.
title?
Huh?
He never won a title?
No, he never won. He lost that year. They went undefeated in New England.
Yep.
Come on, man. Anthony Munoz.
Good.
Merlin Olsen. I don't know. Alan Page. Phillip Rivers. He's not one of the 20. He's not. Phillip Rivers? No. Matt Ryan? No. Okay, now that's
Matty
getting
Ice was
stupid.
great. Phillip Rivers.
Barry Sanders? Come on, man.
OJ.
Oh, well, OJ don't deserve to win one. He won something else much greater in life. It was called a trial. Bruce Smith?
He had his chance.
3 times, 4 times, right?
3.
Come on, man. Come on, man. You going to tell me these are some of the greatest players at their position ever? Come on, man. J.J. Watt, bro. Come on, man. Cut
Did
it out.
JJ fully retire?
Yes, he's done. He's done. He's done. We got to stop the ring. I understand what Gillie is saying, but the ring doesn't make Jalen better than Cam.
Yeah.
Not to me, anyway.
Also, Gillie's going to have to fight a few people. I looked up a bunch of different lists of active best QBs, and Jalen's 9 for the ESPN list, which was a bunch of executives and other current players ranking.
Really?
The Ringers got him 15th. And Bill Simmons, I think, has him lower too.
Damn.
That's what I would have to hit an argument. I'm not going to argue.
I'm not saying anyone's right or wrong. Just that.
I mean, look, they were talking about benching or trading him about a year ago in Philly. I mean, that's real.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And I'm not going to argue with Cam Newton. Cam Newton clearly knows more about football than me. So if Cam tells me he's not on the top 10 list, I'm going to ask why. And when he tells me, it's probably going to make sense. I don't fucking know. What else we got? Let's do some more Asking Idiots, man. Let's do some more Asking Idiots, man. J.O. and Views and Nate says, what was your first job? What was your first job, Schulz?
First job. I was a delivery boy. I was a delivery boy for the grocery store, delivery boy for a liquor and wine store, and then a delivery boy for a pizza shop.
Ooh.
Those are my first real employment. I mean, I did little jobs and shit for. What you smiled at?
That's what happened at the pizza shop.
Wait, why?
Wasn't there a girl that worked there?
Oh yeah, my friend's older sister would just sit on my lap and feel my erections. She was older.
You were delivering a lot of stuff.
Oh
bro.
my God. She would just sit on my lap. I'd flip my dick up to my belly and then she would just give me erections.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. And that was probably at a time where that was inappropriate of her to do. But I
It's
think
never inappropriate when a woman does it to a girl.
I agree with you entirely.
I mean, I know it should be, but it's not. There's a
It-
double standard in
there
this
is.
world that exists. Like she could tell, you could both tell that same story, and people will say you took advantage of her.
Oh my God. I had a garlic knot burying a hole in the back of her jeans for an entire summer.
Damn.
I remember it vividly.
Really?
Yeah.
You never really got to taste the oregano sauce though?
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
A kiss at least?
Not even a kiss, dude. Just a bunch of ricotta on my drawers.
So how did she used to get you hard? Like
I think I was at a time where you didn't really need to do much.
just a woman showing you interest.
Yeah, smile.
Simple
Simple as that.
Wow. What the fuck does that mean? JON1, when you gonna do Bad Friends?
Bad Friends, the podcast.
Who's part of that?
Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee. Hilarious podcast.
Oh, I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Friends.
see it all the time, but I didn't know that's what it was called.
They're great. We gotta go pop. Next time we're in LA, we'll pop out and we'll
I
do
was
that.
at their studio this week,
Oh no way. What were you doing?
just taping some shit. They
What,
weren't
they
there.
asked us to do it or something? Like people, like why did they?
No, I guess they're fans of Bad Friends. They got a great show.
Well, what's the? They just want us to go do it.
Be the guests. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That'll be a fun episode.
My first job was, my first real job, I used to work with my dad. My dad used to do construction, but my first real job was a warehouse called Industrial Acoustics Company.
Yes.
I got fired by a woman named Gail Cobb.
Oh, Gail.
Told me that I just did not fit in to what they were doing.
Was she right?
I mean, they had us in the back, like, knocking weeds down. So, like, this one dude I used to work with used to bring weed, and we'd be back there smoking, and they had like this, it was like a flatbed. It was like a piece of a flatbed back there that was like a stage.
Yeah.
So, we all get hired. I go on the stage and start just making everybody laugh.
Really?
Yeah. And Gail caught me one time, so.
And then she fired you immediately?
I think so. Pretty sure it was like, it didn't last long after that. Like, not even a little bit. She fired me. She told me I didn't fit in. I guess. She clearly was right.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Shout out Gail.
Shout out to Gail Cobb, man. She might be passed away now, probably. That was a long time ago. And she was older then. But then again, you don't know.
You don't know.
Because back then, them kids was like them older people was like 20 plus, late 20s, early 30s.
But looking way older.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's it for this week's Brilliant Idiots episode, man. Thank you. You can always send in Asking Idiots. We'll get to them. We've decided that we're not, Andrew is going to do some idiots when you're in Australia.
Yeah, I want to do some, we're going to make it happen.
It's going to be like COVID.
Yeah,
we got to figure it out the way we did it when it was during COVID, man. But as always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. But if you listen to this podcast, I think we're just a couple idiots who don't know shit. You're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots podcast. Thank you for listening.
Peace.